on a range of issues such as climate change and trade, where the US has traditionally been leading the charge and pulling together coalitions to make progress. Certainly currently under President Trump, that's not the case, and the United States looks increasingly isolated on those issues. And I think that the US position there is certainly deeply informing the way countries are thinking about outcomes at the G20 Summit. And my expectation is that on some of these key issues, again, we are going to see potentially quite a united G20 front on, for instance, making progress on climate change and the importance of the Paris Agreement in that respect, the importance of resisting protectionism and the benefits of, open trade for growth and jobs, and the United States not being able to come on board with any of these sentiments.
Let me move on to U.S. and China. The relationship has been described as one of the most important and complicated bilateral relationships. And after the get-to-know session at Mar-a-Lago, a change in tone from President Trump, who seems to be growing increasingly frustrated with China when it comes to diffusing the crisis with DPRK. How high are the stakes for these two leaders?
That's really the crux of the issue at the moment in the bilateral relationship, which is this sort of nominal idea that there was a deal at Mar-a-Lago around then that the United States would go easier, in a sense, on the trade front if China could demonstrate some commitment to helping defuse the North Korean crisis. I think there's a growing sense in the United States that China has been unwilling to do that, and we've certainly seen the president and the administration showing frustration in that respect.
Let's talk about the meeting that so many people are talking about, Trump and Putin. The meeting went much longer than anticipated. Is that a good sign?
I think that if you take a step back, developing working relations with Russia is always a positive step forward. This relationship is obviously deeply clouded by the investigation being run by the special prosecutor about Russian meddling in the United States elections and the like, and broader concerns over Russian meddling in other elections around the world. We've just heard recently that there's been some cyber attacks at infrastructure facilities in the United States, including in energy, and the fingers are at this early stage being pointed at Russia. So it just shows the complexity and the challenges of really building a working relationship with Russia.
And it seems foreign leaders who often look to the United States for a leadership role are now turning to Germany and China to take the lead. Josh, talk to us about the global implications here.
Well, certainly we've seen China and Germany expanding contacts at the very highest levels, demonstrating commitments on areas like climate change and the importance of maintaining and expanding the rules-based trading system, areas where a short time ago this would have been very natural territory for the United States. And I think certainly part of the development there is absolutely in reaction to what they're seeing in the United States. I think broadly this is a positive thing. I think that while under the Trump administration the US takes more of a backseat on these issues, it's important that other countries step forward to continue work on these issues and don't backslide.